is Sherry Donnelly, and I have a CPA designation as well as a CMA designation, and I'm here to talk about accounting. I know it's a wildly exciting topic, but I'm starting a new series on, and the series is about starting a business. Now, I'm looking at it from a perspective of an accountant, not from a bank or there's other perspectives that you can look at it. I am not going to talk about doing a business plan, although a business plan is something that you should do when you are starting a business. I'm not going to talk about market research, although market research is something that you should also do when you start a business. I'm going to be talking about this from the perspective of, like I said, an accountant and a CRA. So those are the types of things that I'm going to talk about. Tonight, I'm going to start the series on talking about the different kinds of company structures. The first one is a sole proprietorship. Next week, I'm going to talk about partnerships, and the week after that, I'll talk about corporations. So I'm going to start sharing my screen, and we're going to go through a slide presentation on sole proprietorships. Yeah, you have to just bear with me for a minute until I get this set up and ready to go. Okay, there it is. I'm just going to go back to the beginning. Obviously, I didn't start at the beginning. Okay, starting a business, and we're going to talk about sole proprietor. Now, there are other types of businesses. The sole proprietor is you file a T1 return only, which means you file your taxes with your personal tax return. In a partnership, each partner reports their share of their income in their tax return. In a corporation, there's a limited liability and you have to file corporate taxes. So what is a sole proprietor? It's the simplest form of business structure. It has one owner who is the one that makes all the decisions. He gets all the profits and assumes all the losses and the liabilities. Assumes all the risks in the business. And really, there's no separation between business and personal for tax purposes. You have to file your taxes as an individual. So it's just added to your regular income. However, it is the easiest type of business to start. Now, if the business has a name other than your own name, you need to register that name with Alberta registries, and so that they are aware that you're using that business name. Okay, like I said, you're taxed as an individual, you're using the T1. Now you have to pay CPP on your business revenue. What they do is they take your gross revenue and you have to pay CPP on that and remit it with your income tax. The first year that you're in business, you don't have to pay tax installments. After that, you may have to pay. If you owe the government more than $3,000, they will automatically set up installment payments, and you will have to pay in advance from that point on. And you have to include financial statements with your tax return. So if you know how to create financial statements, that's great. You have to include them. If you don't know how to create them, you may need to get an accountant to help you out with that. So some advantages of starting a sole proprietorship. You can run the business out of your home. It's a very simple sort of process. You can claim home expenses for a home office. You can use the losses from your business to reduce other taxable income. So you take income from employment, and if you have a loss in your business, you can reduce your taxable income by those losses. And if it's small enough, you don't have to collect GST. And by small enough, I mean if the revenues are less than $30,000 a year, you don't have to charge and remit GST. Some disadvantages of the sole proprietorship. The owner assumes all liability and losses. So if the business is sued for any reason, the owner is liable for any risk and any lawsuits. You're taxed at personal tax rates rather than the corporate tax rate. So the more money that you earn, the higher the taxes. Okay, did you hear that? The more money you earn, the higher the percentage of taxes you pay. Okay, and the business ends when the owner dies. There's no continuity of the business. Now the owner can shut it down earlier, but there's no continuity. Once, if the owner dies, then the business is closed and finished. Okay, now this is about the GST HST. According to the CRA, if you have revenue over $30,000 in 1 year, you have to charge GST. And you collect it, and then you have to remit it to the CRA. Now you can apply for a GST HST number on the CRA website. I have gone through that on a previous video, so you can go and take a look at that as to how to get a GST HST number. Okay, now I just wanted to let you know that I have started a video library, and on my web page, or my Facebook page, you can see all of the different videos that I've created. These are just showing a few of them. There's GST, how to set up a CRA account, vehicle expenses, small business expenses. So feel free to go ahead and sign into my Facebook page and take a look at these previous videos. On the bottom right-hand side of the screen, you'll see the website is www.sherrydonnelly.com. All right? And that's it for today. So here I am back. So I hope you got something out of that. It's a brief information about what a sole proprietorship is and what some of the advantages and disadvantages are. For more information, if you want to get further information about a sole proprietorship, just Google sole proprietorship and you will find lots of different places to get information. All right, well, thanks very much for coming and watching. If you have any questions, feel free to post them on my Facebook page, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. All right, thanks, everybody. Talk to you again next week. Bye-bye.